Oh, it looks like we actually got Lift's team, Lift and Spike again. Ooh. I like it. Spectator delay going down 20 seconds, so we'll get this one start to finish. So let's look at this. With our last 15 seconds, we have on the purple team Multis Warwick, Jigs on Timo, Kingstig on Katarina, Ranko on Twitch, and MLE on Karma, whereas for the blue team, Lift on Draven, Flaming Heart on Vibe, Mestra on Wukong, Omicron on Fizz, and Spike on the Blitzcrank. And this, my friend, sorry, is not Alpha versus Bravo, but this is actually the game Alpha versus Lima. We had 12 teams tonight. We decided to do it in one big group because I was the only one with move powers around at that point in time. Fun time. Never actually done that before. But it is also marks. I think we've had over 500 unique summoners now come to ADL since we started in Season 1. So really, really, really cool.
This is actually going to be a very interesting game to watch. I love Wukong. Omicron got his Fizz again, and going into a Katarina, it could be very troublesome for Stig if he falls behind. There's actually a Draven Blitz bot lane. If you can land a hook onto Twitch, that is GG Twitch. You are not going to come down.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, and especially with Ranko on Twitch. I mean, he's not exactly the most experienced player when it comes to it, and there's a lot of aggression that's going to come out of Spike. I think it's Spike going coin on Blitz, which I understand wanting to get the talisman for the additional speed up, but it doesn't seem like the typical Spike thing to do. Spike's really about going all aggro, go, go, go. I would really have expected him to pick up either some kind of targets to increase his gold, or even like a mana crystal or a Doran's rank. Like, that would have been a Spike thing.
Yeah, Spike plays super aggressive. Maybe his second item will be a Tear / Sheen, just to get that bonus shield up. Because if you can stack a Tear, Blitzcrank shield is massive, and it's almost unkillable. And it's very troll. That's probably the most troll thing you can do as a Blitzcrank player. They throw down a Trinket Ward. It's a bit early. That's actually going to time out, I believe, before anybody even walks there. You can't actually look at the time. It's about halfway done, so yeah, it'll be timed out by about 5 seconds before Ranko or Emily even walk towards that direction.
And it doesn't look, it looks like they want to just try and cheese something out in the bot lane. And Emily being really, really, really safe, walking up towards the mid. I'm not exactly sure what those two are doing, but I'm really interested to see what Spike and Lift decide to do and if they're able to catch somebody with this cheese here.
And the ward times out. So unless they use their second Trinket Ward, which I believe they just did.
Yeah.
They did. Spike's going to have to land a hook. He lands it onto Ranko. The inner flame comes down, flash from Ranko, and half health, and a heal.
So
that is disastrous.
Deciding to pop the heal, that's really, really, really going to cost him. Solid flash, though, honestly. I thought he was going to fail that. That was about at max range in order to get over the wall, and you kind of saw his champion skip back a little bit for almost half a second to able to clear it. But Mestra putting a ton of damage down onto Jigs in the top lane. However, minions, those caster minions hurt, especially when you're pushing up past the wave. Should be able to return the favor a little bit. So pots being forced out on both sides. Jiggy's going to have the advantage in terms of base HP on that team. So now it comes down to what's going to happen in this bot lane. Level 2 hit right away. Ranko's going to care. Ooh.
He misses the hook, however, right in the face. And Lift is taking a lot of damage from these inner flames.
Yeah, that's one thing that Karma does really, really, really well against hook lanes is you have to plant yourself in order to throw them out. And when that happens, you're able to toss down either an inner or soul flame towards the support or towards the AD carry. And as long as you have two as well, you can usually just shield yourself up and negate the trade. Really,
he throws out the Mantrid inner flame. Exhaust is going down onto both AD carries. Flaming Heart in the mid lane gets King Stig's flash and gets a lot of damage. King Stig Ignite down on the Omicron. First blood for King Stig. The Ignite's not going to be enough, and Flaming Heart's not going to tower dive that.
Really, really, really well played by Stig there. I'm not exactly sure what the Fizz was thinking. I didn't see his E come out. It looked like he was almost holding it to try and do more damage or holding it to dodge something out, but he didn't quite get it. That being said, Jiggy putting a ton of pressure on this Wukong up in the top lane, who didn't decide to start into Doran's item, and is just inherently giving up a lot of...
A hook onto Ranko, though, under tower, but it looks like the Power Fist actually canceled out the tower aggro. However, Flaming Heart now in the bot lane, red,
Vault Breaker doesn't have
but
Flash coming out to pick up the stacks on Lift.
and now Emily's in a bit of an odd position. Inner Flame coming down, doing lots more damage. Lift not gonna get that one though.
No, and a Flash Power Fist out of the Blitzcrank, actually with an additional auto on top of it, was able to pick up that kill. And really solid play so far coming out of Spike. Good playful trickster coming out, but Cat Jump was right back on top of it. Says, no, you come here, Mr. Fishy. And with all the creeps there, Omicron can't walk up in the wave. And that's one of the dangers about playing Fizz against Cat, is that Cat really struggles in lane early on against champions who have range on her. She's able to just walk up and continually throw daggers, auto attack whatever creep she wants. And she's able to get farm, plus on top of roaming, it's going to be really difficult to keep her down.
The power up from Lift coming out. However, the Mantra Inner Flame's gonna pick that kill up. And Fizz already not having a good day. Double Doran's Ring against the Fiendish Codex Boots Katarina. Getting lots of damage. Flaming Heart looks like he wants to come in. King Stig just backs off though.
And Stig actually maxing his W, so trying to trade as much as possible and really get up into Fizz's face, knowing if he's able to put down that damage right atop it, that there's not a whole lot that he's going to be able to do in return.
I mean, yeah, typically you only max Bouncing Blades as Katarina when you do have that range disadvantage. By maxing the W Blade Dance, I believe? Sinister Steel. By maxing Sinister Steel, you're going to be able to push this wave into Fizz's tower, where he has a really tough time farming, among other things. So, the Bouncing Blades in combo with the Sinister Steel is going to shove it into tower and put down lots of damage onto Fizz.
And that being said, looking across the board at CS, Twitch really struggling in this bot lane, giving up about a kill's worth of gold already just in terms of CS, down 30-18 and just really struggling. In terms of the mid lane, Cat able to keep a little bit of an advantage. We can attribute that to the kill time having to spend to go back and just the fact that he's been pressured so much. Fizz actually going back and forced to buy an additional Thorns and an Amp Tome, so not even able to get that sheen. Meanwhile, Cat has the Codex and a pair of boots.
Spike goes in, lands the Power Fist. He's going to get chained up. Heal coming out. However, Ranko eats a hook. The Bouncing Blade, not Bouncing Blade, the Dodge Blade from Draven. One more auto attack. Going to pick up the kill and the bonus gold. Counted at about 114, I believe that just said. So
yes.
In total, 225 gold from his passive. However, they're going to go down from Emily. King Stig coming in. Not enough damage. The hook lands onto Emily, and the Draven Blade going to pick that up.
Yeah, and that's going to be really scary. Giving down early kills to a Draven, especially into his passive. He's sitting on about double Twitch's gold right now. He has to still buy. He's sitting on 1,200, so King Stig really wants to pick him up here before he hits 6. And he's being greedy.
Lands a Bouncing Blade, Ignite coming out, and the Spinning Dance.
And he was trying to stick around, really wanted to stay for his BF sword at 1,300 gold, but Stig, knowing he had the damage to pick it up, says, no, you will pay for your sins. Picks him up, no problem, Shumpo, Death Lotus, and Sinister Steel on top of the Ignite and the auto attack, and Draven just dies.
Actually, Draven goes back, doesn't pick up anything with his 1,300 gold.
And the worst part is, too, he didn't even hit 6 off of the XP there, so it's not like he could just throw out his Whirling Death and pick up a couple CS in lane like he normally would have been able to. So really hurting him with greed there.
Stig sitting on 1,900 gold. He's gonna get popped by the fish. However, gonna go down. Omicron picking up that kill with the Fizz. Very nicely played with the Shark. Spike eating lots of damage, lands the hook and the Power Fist. Exhaust down on the lift, and Emily lives with just a hair of health.
Draven's gonna hit 6 though.
But will he hit it before she goes back? It doesn't look like he will.
No, he needs 2 more creeps. He's going to get back in time. There's the one. Spike's trying to force Ranko out now. Hits the
Lands the hook and the power fist. However, Lift is not even close.
Is flashed into by Ranko though. Doesn't matter. He's going to walk it out. Exhaust burn down as well. So
Jiggy,
overall, just forcing Ranko back out of lane.
Jiggy now hitting 6 in this top lane. Gonna start planting shrooms all over, and is gonna be totally safe from gank. Mestra picking up a Phage. Fairly questionable. I mean, with the same amount of gold, you could have just about picked up a Brutalizer, gotten that cooldown and armor pen, which then built into a black cleaver for the Wukong.
Yeah, and the Brutalizer also going to give him a lot more kill potential. That being said, I don't dislike the Phage pick, only because being able to, being kited by a Teemo is one of the most frustrating things in the world. The fact that he does have a gap closer is going to make that much harder.
The Assault and Batter lands onto King Stig. He gets the flash out, gonna shun Poe away, but can Omicron pick it up with the blue buff? Flashes in, lands his Q and an auto attack, and he's gonna pick that kill up.
Yeah, and really, really, really good job by Omicron there, knowing that he had the flash and was able to get right on top of him.
And Mestra, now out of health potions, has the teleport available should he decide to go back and pick up some health and potions. But sitting on 400 gold, it's really not what he wants to do right now. Inner Flame's gonna miss in the bot lane. A big wave sitting here. Ranko's gonna get power fisted and silenced. Lots of damage coming out. The hook's gonna land, and the spinning axe is gonna pick up that kill. However, Mestra gonna go down in the top lane to Jiggy's Teemo. Multi coming down to the bot lane with Warwick, not gonna get anything and just gonna try and auto attack some creeps.
Yeah, especially with Vi showing down in the bot as well. She shows on the creep.
Flash hook onto Emily. The Vault Breaker not gonna land. However, Lift flashes under tower with the Warwick there. The heal gonna come out, but not enough to save his life. Bit of a misplay there by Lift. Spike sits on a ward, gonna get caught up. Kill gonna go to King Stig, and very unfortunate.
Yeah, so a really, really unfortunate turn of events. So they're sitting handily in the driver's seat. But that's one of the issues when you're playing against a working Katarina. They're going to look to get around the map as much as they can. They're both very, very, very mobile champions. And Draven just going way, way, way too ham, trying to pick up that kill. And unfortunately, going under turret is a death sentence against a blood-scented warrior. He's going to be able to lock you down. And with the progressing aggro and progressing damage on the turrets, that's just going to kill you every single time. That being said, Lift has all of the pieces for his IE now, so very, very, very close to it, and is also still pretty much double Ranko's CS at this point, so very, very, very far ahead in the bot lane.
The tether's going to come down on Omicron. He gets tethered anyway, even though he did use the playful trickster. Goes on to King Stig, gets some good damage down. However, multi's available. The Shark's going to land on a King Stig, but it's not quite enough. The Ignite's going to pick that kill up, but now Mestra's in a 2v1. The ultimate from Warwick and the tether are going to come out from Emily. He's going to flash away, but the blood scent is there. He's not going to get away. The Q from Warwick is going to pick up that kill.
Yeah, Warwick's Hungering Strike with the percent HP, as long as that person is low, the execute damage on that is very, very, very real. Emily putting out good damage with the tether, but Blitzcrank coming in, gonna back them off right away. They want nothing to do with that. They've been getting fisted all game, decided they've had enough of it. They want something a little bit more gentle, and it looks like they're just gonna back off.
Draven's had a lot of free time on this tower. It should be going down relatively soon. Maybe even the wave after this one. Teemo also having the same free time with the tower. These shrooms satellites are doing a lot of work on trying to clear out the minions. Flaming Heart missing another Vault Breaker.
Yeah, and that's really, really, really hurting him. The gank potential on that champion is only, it's basically 100% reliant on his Q, especially when you're maxing his Q. He has 4 points into that ball breaker right now. If you're not hitting that damage, you're just not going to be effectively traded.
That spinning axe damage from the Draven onto Ranko right there, taking probably about a fourth of his health. The ultimate coming out of Mestra onto Jiggy. Omicron now up. The flash and heal coming out. The Shark's going to miss. And now 3 men in the bot lane. Lift gets tethered up and ulted by the Warwick. Gets the kill onto Renko anyway with the Whirling Death. However, now Stig is in the bot lane. They're probably going to want to give that kill to Stig. Instead, it goes to Emily.
With a little bit of BM coming out from Stig, starting to dance as soon as the new spike was dead. It looks like they're going to try and take Dragon away. No, let's send the back offices this of...
Warwick's actually looking to solo it. Vault Breaker, again, it point blank misses onto Emily, and Emily's gonna win this trade.
Yeah, and with Vi being solo, even if she does decide to go in the pit, the Bloodstorm's going to trigger. Assault and Battery comes out, but it's not going to matter. Warwick has so much sustain just built in, and that's going to be a free Dragon now. Even though Fizz comes down, if Fizz and Vi had gone together, they might have been able to contest. But the fact that she charged up, went over, had none of her damage in addition to it, it's just, if you're maxing your Q, you have to hit them. You can't miss your Volt Breakers. That's all of your damage coming across. You have nothing else on top of that, so it makes it really, really, really difficult. That being said, I'm going to be right back. I got pissed like a devil.
Draven actually picking up this red buff. The ultimate from Multi onto Omicron. Gonna get the flash. King Stig also flashes. Sinister Steals also. The Bouncing Blade gets thrown out, but the Playful Trickster's gonna cancel that, and Omicron's gonna live because of it. Hook lands on the King Stig, but that's not quite who Spike wants. However, Lif is close by. The Shunpo's gonna keep Stig alive though. Lif drops the Spinning Axe and gets Renko's flash anyway. Renko is terribly afraid of this Draven right now with his Infinity Edge already completed. Inner Flame, mantured up, still going to miss anyway. Renko's looking very uncomfortable in this champion. Gets hooked, however, with no flash available. He's going to die to the red buff. Whirling Death coming out anyway. Hits Emily right in the face. The Spinning Axe coming out. However, 2 tower shots also being eaten for the sake of it. The heal coming out of Lift. Very worried about this Warwick. The hook onto Emily forces the flash. And now Multi's in a bit of trouble, but Flaming Heart misses the Vault Breaker again. Killing Stig, throwing out the Bouncing Blades, forcing them off this tower. But with the only one there, he can't really go in on that. Emily forced it back, and Jiggy still just about going to get this tower. Mestra can't deal with the damage. The poison, however, is keeping Jiggy away from this tower. Mestra runs into a Shroom, and Jiggy doesn't want to finish that kill. Up in the top lane, Flaming Heart's trying to kill Jiggy, but just running into Shroom after Shroom after Shroom. It looks like King Stig blew up Omicron too. I missed that one. Sorry, guys. Pinging the mid tower. Ranko not having any damage in this stage. Can't really do much to it. But with the recurve bow on Warwick, they're probably going to get this tower.
And that was a hell of a play by Spike in the top lane. I don't know if anybody caught that. I just happened to be looking up there. But a flash hook power fist into the ultimate, just killing Jiggy, nuking her from about 35% HP. That being said, red team able to pick up the 2 mid turrets, getting some much needed golden XP over towards that Fizz. Flaming Heart might, last second the chain did not go off.
King Stig wants it.
But backs off right away as soon as he realized that no friends are coming to help him.
And I really like this Whistler Village Twitch skin with the yellow glow when he pops his Q. Giving the blue buff to Emily. Gonna get those inner flames out more and more. They're just putting out so much damage right now.
I mean, that's the power of support karma. You just add over so much additional damage to your team, and she's only sitting on a Frost Queen's claim and Ionian boosted lucidity. So just trying to help her team out as much as she can. She's up to about 30% CDR, but she is just basically a 5th damage step for their team at this point, or at 4th, considering Ranko is still only at a bilge to Draven's IE.
Ultimate coming out of Multi with Ranko waiting in the wings. They're gonna try and pick up Omicron, but that slow and the knockup from the Sharks gonna keep him alive. Jiggy flashes away at full health, even though Flaming Heart misses the Vault Breaker. These Shrooms just doing lots of work to keep her safe.
Yeah, Blue Team realizing they need to get Jiggy out of her little nest in the top lane. She's kind of the shining hope for her team at the moment because she has the CDR, she has the pen, and Teemo can just have so much vision that it makes it really hard for the other team to really do anything. That being said, if she can draw as much aggro up top as possible, it'd be really interesting to see what Blue Team decides to do with it. And I mean, Red just has so much vision in important areas right now. They're just walking all over the path a lot next to the shroom. That being said, Pink Ward being thrown down to deny some of those shrooms. Jiggy still has a couple left up in the top lane.
King Stig also sitting at 6-3-1 with that Deathfire Grasp. Gonna be able to solo out really anybody on this team. And it's only going to get more dangerous from there. Once he starts picking up a couple more items, he could just get the reset pentakill. I mean, Katarina's there for the resets, and once she gets it, we've all seen it happen before. Easy pentakill. Combined with the rat-a-tat-tat, Blue Team's on a ticking clock right now. Teleport coming out from the Wukong. Gonna force him off the tower. Flaming Heart finally hitting something with his Vault Breaker. However, it was a satellite, taking damage because of it.
I don't think I've seen him hit a Q all game, and it's very, very, very dangerous going Elder Lizard Brutalizer Vibe when you're not actually hitting your primary damage spell.
Spike could land a God Hook for his team and just sort of set this fight up. However, there's not many targets he wants to hook. He doesn't want to hook Stig. He doesn't want to hook Multi. Really, he's down to Renko and Jiggy for a hook. However, he hooks Emily, a great target. The kill is going to go to Omicron. However, the reset doesn't happen. The kill goes down to Lift. The rat-a-tat-tat not doing any damage. The Power Fist is going to knock Multi off of Lift. And now Renko's trying to pick up any kills at all. However, that's a triple kill for Omicron. The slow lands onto Jiggy. The hook also lands and baits Flaming Heart to miss his Vault Breaker. That's a quadra kill for Fizz. Disastrous team fight for the team.
And everyone was so low, but Cat just wasn't able to get that Shumpo to come back out of the fight and able to duck back in. And that, as soon as Twitch was unable to pick that up, yes, they're now hitting some item spikes. Cat picking up her Zomnia, so that won't happen again. She knows she's going to be able to cancel it down. Twitch picking up Blade of the Rune King, so maybe he'll be able to hit a little bit better than a plastic sword. We shall see.
I mean, the reason the reset didn't happen was just the pure amount of knockups that Blue Team has. She got Power Fisted, she got Cycloned, and then I believe she was silenced even after that. There was zero chance for the reset, even though so many members of Blue Team had sub 200 health. The Spinning Axe Static Shift combo doing work, almost getting Stig to half health actually with just the one. Lift's going to take all three wraiths with one Spinning Axe. Very nicely done.
And it looks like Blue Team's going to try and take control of this dragon, but that's a very, very, very aggressive place to group up as a team.
Dragon's going to go down to Blue Team finally. They're going to sweep out the ward that wasn't in range to give them vision of it. Hook misses multi. Ultimates onto Omicron, gets Power Fisted. However, the Inner Flame's going to come out. The resets also with the DFG. Very nicely played for King Stig. A double kill goes over to Emily, who has the needlessly large rod already. Gonna be picking up, I'm guessing, a Void Cap, Death Cap. Gonna be putting out even more damage.
And you see just how much damage those Soul Flames are doing when she throws her mantra down on top of the Inner Flame. She's able to put it down. That was actually what picked up the Fizz with basically only a Warwick ult, a Warwick heal, and then the Soul Flame coming down to pick up that kill. So a ton of damage coming out of Karma. And that's what you see. She scales really, really, really well with basically just a CDR and any additional damage. And the vibe just
very odd play there. Does a Vault Breaker to get out of base, and then a flash on top of it for another Vault Breaker. Guess she wanted her blue. It's gonna go to Jiggy though. The flash and the shield. The God Hook not there. Jiggy's going to get the blue buff and give it right to Fizz. Buff transfer complete.
So really unfortunate there. They really wanted that blue buff to go over to Jiggy and able to get the Shims out on the map. But because of that, it looks like they're going to have to give up Baron because Warwick and Twitch are just in the bot lane, and this is being burned by the amount of damage that Draven has.
Flaming Heart's going to go down to the Manchid Soul Flame. Omicron goes over the wall. He's going to find King Stig though. The DFG not getting popped. Now it gets popped. Wants to get that reset. Forced to flash Sinister Steel. Gets that kill. The Baron does go down to Draven, but that's 2 towers in the bot lane, and they're gonna keep pushing. That Warwick Hunter's Call combined with Ranko's Stealth is gonna kill these towers very fast. The Whirling Death coming out from Lift's gonna clear that wave and force them off for now, but now there's a huge wave in this mid lane. A double buff King Stig and a blue buff Emily is gonna be very hard to deal with. Slow lands on a spike, speed up on a Stig, gonna keep them safe.
And it looks like Warwick and Twitch are heading up to try and collapse down on them. This could be a good opportunity for Red Team to create a pick.
Flaming Heart gets jumped on, but King Stig going very low. However, ultimate onto FF Lift gets cancelled by the ultimate from Spike. However, Bouncing Blade picks that kill up. And this is just becoming disastrous for Blue Team. The clock has finally struck their hour, and King Stig is running away with it.
King Stig, Multi, and Emily are doing a fantastic job right now coordinating their damage together in order to get the priority targets. And what that's allowing Jiggy to do is just kind of run around, drop Shims in the important place she needs to, and also hit these blinds and these poison darts that are doing just enough damage to pick up the important kills that she needs. A really good job of their team right now, compensating for the fact that Twitch got shut down so hard in lane. And there's only so much you're going to be able to do to keep Twitch down because he has the true damage coming out from his poison shots, because he has the rat-a-tat-tat and he has that Bork down now. And with the addition of a cleaver going down, it looks like he's going to get to a Yumu's and just become an ult machine, which is really what his team needs from him at this point.
Yeah, they don't need him to pick up the kills, they need him to get the ultimates. However, the Zhonya's blocking the hook, the Power Fist not going to come out yet. The DFG does land on the lift, but the spinning Death Lotus is not enough. The Blood Scent upgrades. Blood Scent lands onto lift. The ultimate onto Omicron. The hook's going to take him away, but he's going to go down. Not quite yet. Zhonya's keeps him alive for 1 second longer, and he's able to pick up that kill onto Warwick. And now Emily throws out the Frost Queen's Claim and the Mantra Inner Flame, shielding herself to try and get away from now. And one good Inner Flame could be a triple kill right there. Spike.
To catch it, that is a lot of damage going down. It looks like
Hook misses onto every field goals. However, Jiggy's gonna go down to Mestra, pops the clone, eats a tower, doesn't quite go down. And Emily is very low.
Arcing Bolt could pick it up though.
King Stig saves the day, however, with his DFG Void Staff. Zhonya's could finish this off if he can catch up to them. He's Shun Pose over to a minion. The ultimate lands on the lift. I mean, the Ignite lands on the lift. That's going to be the kill, but another kill for Omicron.
And Emily just staying in this fight, but so low and adding so much utility to her team. And it looks like Spike wants to try and pick this up, but getting him
doesn't have flash. The hook misses the ultimate from Multi, and that's going to be the tether Inner Flame from Emily to pick that kill up. Ignite lands on the Multi and the Shark. Can Omicron still do this? The Ignite runs out, and no, he cannot. He's just going to get auto-attacked down with the help of the Blade of the Ruined King.
Blade of the Ruined King, Feral Flare, Within Warwick. That is a lot of attacks to be coming down with the addition to his Hunter's Call, and when he has the Blood Sun on, you're not getting away from him. You have to use your cooldowns effectively, otherwise he's just going to kill you in between because you feel useless. He has so much sustain that even with the healing reduction from the Ignite and from Fizz's Sea Urchin Strike, is just unable to do any amount of damage to that Warwick without having his additional cooldowns. The Seastone Strident, I apologize. His Urchin Strike was
Warwick's actually not even less an ult bot now, because he can put out consistent damage with the Blade of the Ruined King, Wits End, Feral Flare on hit passives.
And that being
So
said, as soon as he hits 16 too, his ultimate's going to be on about like a 50-second cooldown. He doesn't have any additional CDR in this build, but there's just, it's such a low cooldown anyway that it doesn't really need it. It gets to just under a minute as soon as you hit that level 16, and they're just looking to fight as much as they can. Flash Infinite Dress is up. Let's see if the Warwick decides to engage. They can't really fight blindly in the jungle though. They have to pick out a priority target, because if they don't lock down Fizz and Draven, there's just way too much damage coming out of those two, and they won't be able to turn a fight.
Hook misses again. However, one auto attack with that spinning axe takes Multi down so low. Mestra finds them in a chokehold. The ultimate from Multi's onto Mestra. The Assault and Battery lands onto Warwick though. King Stig jumps in, but he gonna stay alive for now. Omicron uses his Zonius to stay alive a bit longer. The Sinister Blade Steel not enough to pick up that kill. The
Phenomenal flash by Blitz over the top of the Inner Flame.
Emily's out. Emily picks up the kill with the Inner Flame. Just enough mana left. Still having mana too. Lift putting out tons of damage. Not enough mana for a hook though onto Spike. He has his ultimate. Power Fist coming down. Lightning Arc coming down. Lift. The blind and the tower landing onto Lift. Jiggy gonna go down to the Fist of Flaming Heart.
Yeah, really, really, really good job right there to at least blind the Draven while he's on tower. I'm going to pick that up. Blue team going to be able to pick up the top, and now with Baron though in 45 seconds, they need to be really careful of the Wukong just being bot lane and going back right now. They have to go back because of the Blood Scent going down onto them. Warwick
is almost there.
He's going to catch this. Yep.
Spike knew he was in trouble, and it's still down. Ultimate from Multi's going to land on the Spike. That's a red buff going over to Multi, and down for 40 seconds with Baron up at 20. That is a fight they can no longer win.
He's going to try and catch Flaming Heart as well. He's going to force Flaming Heart to run all the way back to base. And they don't have sight on Baron, but they know this is going to be up. They should know it's going to be up. They should clear that pink ward out and be able to pressure. They're going to take away this blue buff. They should be giving it to Warwick for this year. Or at least
the pink ward's actually going to die at the same time Baron spawns. So even if they didn't know the timer, they obviously do now. Lift walks into an unwarded area, finds himself a Warwick and a Katarina. That's going to go down. Another blue buff stolen away going over to Emily. They decide they're going to take a tower instead of the Baron.
Yeah, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with this decision, because with the Draven dead, that's the primary damage threat. It's not like Fizz is going to be able to...
the tower's very low. I mean, they still have 20 seconds.
Rotate over to it right now, especially with Teemo having their own blue buff. He's going to be able to lay a ton of shrooms down all around that Baron pit and in the run-up. I think if they're able to get control of that, they're just going to be able to get a fight out.
A full damage Vi is not what her team... Spike throws the hook the complete wrong direction. Mestra gets ulted by Multi. However, Stig is getting the resets. Sinister Steel's going out everywhere. Omicron pops his Zonias, but it's only a matter of time. However, he flashes away and stays alive. And with Multi going down, Ranko almost going down. However, Lift doesn't die just yet. He's trying to lifesteal to stay up. He does with barely any health. Omicron uses his playful trickster, however, Emily using her shield to get away.
Meanwhile, though, Jiggy in this middle lane, she looks like she might be able to... Nope, she's going to back off. Doesn't want... Oh, she wants it.
She wants it, but Omicron's right there. However, doesn't decide to chase the Teemo, probably for the best. And this 2-item Karma is doing work for her team. These Mantrad Inner Flames can half health the carries of blue team, no problem. And Teemo's not even needed for these team fights, really. Like, yeah, they lost the last couple, but they've won objectively.
The one thing, though, with Karma not picking up the Omicron, she's hit the max CDR. She's actually overkill on CDR. She probably has 50% right now, given the fact that I'm assuming she has the 5% reduction in her runes. But with the Frostfiend's Claim, with Omicron, Void Staff, Death Cap, and the Lucidity Boost, she's just able to put out such a consistent amount of damage. You're saying how she's on 3 items. I would say she's effectively full build right now, because that Frostfiend's Claim adds just so much damage and utility to Karma set that it's a very effective buy on her. And honestly, they could probably just siege and have enough damage with her alone poking with her inner flames.
Warwick's at a stage where he could probably almost solo Baron. If Ranko could get over there unseen, they could probably two-man it with the Ghost Blade, double Blade of the Ruined Kings.
He says, please stop, I'm trying to make a smiley face with my shrooms.
That's viable.
And it looks like they're trying to siege down a little bit in mid. Honestly, if they can get ward control over Baron, they can just have Jiggy drop a line of shrooms going over towards the Baron buff and have Warwick and Twitch sit on it while the rest of the three teammates zone. You see Karma tossing out the Soul Flame onto the tankiest member of the enemy team, which would be the Wukong. He has the most MR as well, and he is just not doing anything. Here comes Blitzcrank though, with the Banshee's Veil and the Spirit Visit. Super tanky.
Mestra finds the Shroom 1. Shroom 2. Can he find more? Forced to clone out. Ultimate goes down onto Omicron. Vault Breaker lands and knocks him up. However, Multi gets taken down by Draven. Inner Flame lands onto nobody. Kingston gets knocked up, but still relatively full health. Does have both actives available. The hook doesn't go out. However, these shrooms are just being found by everybody. Omicron is going dangerously low. Hook lands onto Kingston. The reset is there. Assault and Battery goes down. Zhonya's coming out. Do they have the damage? The flash coming out from Omicron and King Stig. The shield keeps Stig alive for now.
Though on the back, there goes by Hex Drinker.
The tether landing for Emily. She's out of mana. Hook lands on the King Stig. Lift picks that up with a spinning axe. The blades miss though on the disruption. Inner Flame lands on Omicron. Lives with
10 HP.
25 HP.
10 HP. Oh my lord.
That's
so
insult to injury.
Right now. But I mean, you see how none of these team fights are even remotely clean. There's just so much damage coming down from both teams that makes it so hard to really get in and nuke some down. And you see the amount of magic resist now being picked up by the blue team in response to this Teemo and this Karma. I mean, in all reality, the Warwick is doing a lot of magic damage as well from the Feral Flare and the Wit's End, and so is the Katarina, so you can't blame them. I mean, you see 3 Negatron Cloaks, another one just being picked up and transferred into the Banshee's Veil, into the Spirit Visage on the Blitzcrank. I mean, they're prioritizing getting as much MR as possible right now to try and deal with just the raw amount of magic damage and pen coming out from the red team. That being said, Multi needs to be really careful here.
Multi gets Assault and Battered up. The Grievous Wounds does come from the Fizz, and that's going to be the Dragon.
Yeah, Grievous Wounds definitely hurting me. Thought he'd be able to
Hook lands on the kickstick at the same time the Shark does. The Zhonya's stops the Shark, and he's going to Shunpo away over. However, Flash Power Fist coming out from Spike. That's a lot of AoE damage coming down. Ranko now gets caught up and Power Fisted himself. Hook lands on Emily. These God Hooks, but there's nobody left. The damage from red buff isn't enough with the shield. And
I mean, the hooks right now are just making all the difference in the world. You see how much damage there is with the down. Jiggy can't really afford to walk up. Ooh. Omicron, playful trickstering that dart, saying, Jiggy, no blind for you today. They need to be really careful though. There is one more shroom out there. It looks like they're just going to try and walk it out though. No, they can't step on any of those poison traps. And Jiggy really needs to get a little bit more CDR and probably mana regen into her build because she's not able to get out the amount of shrooms that she needs. I'd love to see either a Morellonomicon pick up or an Athens pick up because she needs to be putting down just more shrooms. Yes, the Nashor's Tooth helps, giving you the 20% CDR, but you have no additional mana on top of that. You can be getting out so many more shrooms.
Morellonomicon would be perfect. I mean, they already have it on the Karma, but if you can get it on everybody, like the Katarina, the Karma, and the Teemo, there's so much they can do. Multi gets hooked and knocked up, but the whole team is there. The Spell Thief onto Spike, not really doing much, and the Inner Flame almost negligible due to the amount of MR he has. Trap lands onto really Spike and Mestra.
Not having Lion on Karma at this stage of the game is really hurting her damage because every single one of those Qs she hits has a slow on top of it. So it's a double damage that could be applied in percent HP that would make that magic resistance effectively useless.
Spike wants that ward. Wants the vision control. Hook misses, and he's in that bush blind. That pink ward is keeping them alive right now.
Yeah, and
Another red
I'm
ward.
not exactly sure that the red team really wants to fight this, but that being said, look at the massive wave that's going to be on that bottom turret. That will be enough to take down that turret if it's able to sit there.
The DFG coming out from Stig, however, the Assault and Battery also going to land. Shark lands on the multi, and the ultimate from Blitzcrank silences King Stig long enough to pick up the kill. Double kill for Fizz's Omicron. Lift is putting out damage even though he's not catching his axes. Gets a kill there. Flashes onto Emily. One more auto tag. Not. There it is. Picks up that kill. That could be a lot of work for Blue Team. They don't push the minion wave with the walk, though. Omicron's going to step on that shroom and go very low. However, lots of time on those death timers.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be at least an inhibitor. We'll see how much farther they decide to take it. The death
They
timers
could
still-
end. They have
Not sure.
Draven.
No, it looks like they're all going to try and go back.
No, they changed their mind, but they lost 5 seconds. This is now a free triple kill for the Katarina.
With the Banshees down and the Guardian Angel on the Wukong, it's going to be really, really, really difficult to trip any of those resets. Here comes Kat with home guards, but nobody else on their team is up, so if they decide to turn on her, she might be very, very, very dead.
Bouncing Blades gets the Banshees, but now the whole team is up. Omicron's going to base, but Liff is going to dodge that. However, no, not enough time. The ultimate from Multi picks that up. King
Bloodset
Stig.
needs to be turned on. Bloodset is not on by Warwick right now. He doesn't have his speed up.
There he goes. He turns it on. Ultimate from Lift. And Assault and Battery onto King Stig. Not quite enough damage. Gets the flash, though. The hook lands onto an invisible Renko. The exhaust from Lift onto Lift doesn't save Emily's life, though. Ward's gonna pop onto Mestra and lift a lot. Double shrooms onto Mestra. The Hex Drinker's gonna pop for Flaming Heart. They can't stay here.
Not quite enough to trip the...
Spike still going too hard.
Oh, another shroom. Didn't get on the Messer though. That would have tripped his DA.
Spike now just wasting time for Red Team. They're gonna need a lot more to kill him now.
I mean, with the blunt set up, it looks like Warwick might have been able to chase it down, but honestly, their best bet right now would be to try and pressure Baron as much as they can. Just because they have to do something to get back in the game. Warwick has the damage, and it looks like that's what they're going to go for.
I mean, Blue Team has zero vision.
They swept everything.
They missed the wards, actually. However, Flaming Heart's going to find it. Early Vault Breaker not going to get up. Multi-ultimates the Vi in. However, ultimate from Mestra almost takes out the King Stig. Gonna go down to the Cyclone. However, now it's Multi versus the world. Can he do it? He cannot. However, there's shrooms everywhere. GA being popped by Mestra, but the Baron is already so low. That's going to be a free Baron for Blue Team while they have Super Minions taking out the Nexus Tower.
Was forced to go back, and the bot turret is not long for this world either. With a massive wave built up after that slow push that hasn't been touched. It reset back towards their side, and now look at it just hammering away. This is going to probably be game. Open Nexus. Draven is very large. He's going ham right now. One auto attack.
Hook misses.
Speed, whirling death the other half.
That is going to be game. Unless they BM here. I don't quite know. The ace coming out. Omicron popping his Zonia's. Gonna flash. Not quite enough. Goes down.
Executed. But hell of a game. Both
that was
played
crazy.
that incredibly well, both sides. I mean, Lift being so fed over the course of the game and just on by the red team in order to just stay in the game was incredible. And not to mention Spike 30 assists. I mean, really, really good job by everyone.
The
that was a really fun game to
Blitzcrank
watch.
definitely kept them in the game. Those hooks were landing on primary targets that they wanted, and he was just able to keep his team on the advantage even after King Stig was so fed.
Look at Karma's damage, though.
Karma led her team in damage, and that was because...
She led the game in damage.
Yeah, she did actually buy 5k gold over the Draven. I mean, Katarina was just being so focused in those team fights that even when she got hooked in, she was basically almost forced to zonies immediately before she could get any damage down. And then once that was all done, the rest of her team was dead. Like, she was not in a prime position to get the damage she wanted. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it made it really, really, really difficult, especially with Twitch being so far behind and just being that immobile against the amount of CC and just the amount of raw damage coming down from basically everyone on blue team. It just made it so hard for him to get back into the game. But that being said, they did just a fantastic job between the rest of the team to try and coordinate together enough to really scrape together. And looking at the goal chart, it's just really cool to see it going back and forth over the course of the whole game. It just really kind of tells the tale, and then it finally was able to tilt the other direction.
yeah, I mean, this gold really sort of tells the whole thing, like you just said. I mean, until that end game where those hooks started to really matter, it was just back and forth, back and forth. But like I said, hooks, and then it just skyrockets.
Yeah, and I mean the repeated hooks by Spike, especially after those dragon fights, and just being able to continuously lock down and catch people out. The blue team was only really in danger if they got kited out by the Karma and were less susceptible to the low damage blood scent of Warwick being able to come in and then pick off those high priority targets. Other than that, I mean, they were just so much more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, Renko looked very uncomfortable on that Twitch, and it makes me think that they picked it away just so that Lift couldn't have it. And that's not always the best playmaking option. Yes, Lift has shown that he really works the Twitch, but if you can't play it to the same level, then it's actually going to be worse for you because Lift shows that he can excel on it. Therefore, he knows how to play against it. And that really showed with Renko ending the game 1-11-5. And half the gold of Lift.